Hello friends, as we know that after the selection of research problem and formulation of hypothesis, it is very important to decide that from whom and from where data will be collected and what procedure will be adopted. Due to scarcity of time and resources and other factors, it is neither possible nor feasible to study the whole population. Therefore, the data collection from a smaller group instead of the whole population is required in behavioral research with a view of making the research finding economic and accurate. Now comes to the collection of information. Here, there are two ways of collecting the information from the participants. First, the sampling survey, and the second one is census survey. To determine the characteristic of demographic characteristics such as age, gender, income, educational characteristics, family characteristics, etc., the complete enumeration of the population is necessary. Therefore, the complete enumeration is used only for the census or in the case of small population. The census survey is always time consuming, expensive, require more technical expertise and has more chances of errors caused due to the greater volume of work and measurement error. But in social sciences, it is not possible to collect data from the survey respondent relevant to our study, but only from some fractional part of the respondents. The process of selecting the fractional part is called sampling. So, sampling is the process of drawing a sample or smaller group from a population for the research. Let's discuss some of the advantages of sampling. The first one is reduced cost. The data secured only from a small fraction of the aggregate expenditures are smaller than if a complete census is attempted. The second advantage is greater speed. That means the data can be collected and summarized more quickly with a sample than with a complete enumeration of the whole population. Then there is a greater scope also. Due to the impracticability of the complete census, a sample survey has more scope and flexibility regarding the type of information that can be obtained. And the last but not least is greater accuracy. Due to the possibility of the careful and intensive supervision of sample than whole population, a sample may produce accurate result. Now let's discuss some of the fundamentals of sampling like population, sample, parameter and so on. What is population? Population is a group of individual set of all elements that have one or more characteristics in common, which is of the interest to the researcher. For example, all students attending public and private schools, all teachers working in central universities, all the counselors working in the mental health center who are the citizen of India, etc. are the example of population. Now come to the sample. It is a part or fraction of a population selected on some basis. Therefore, it is always smaller than a population. For example, if a researcher select a sample of 1000 students from a population of 2 lakhs postgraduate students by using sampling method, the sample size, that is n, would be 1000 and the population, the capital N, would be 2 lakhs. Now what is parameter? Parameter is a numerical characteristic of a total population. It could be average, correlation, etc. based on the complete population than on sample. For example, when a researcher calculates mean, median, standard deviation, correlation, etc. through complete enumeration of the population, this is called a parameter. Now the statistics. Statistics is a numerical characteristic of a sample. For example, when a researcher calculates mean, median, standard deviation, correlation, etc. from a sample, this is called statistics. Sampling frame. What is sampling frame? For adopting any sampling procedure, it is essential to have a list or a map of identifying each sampling unit by a number. This list or map is called a sampling frame. Then one is sampling error, which I have left here to mention. The sampling error, mostly in social science researches, the population parameter are estimated through sample statistics. In spite of using best methods and all the care are being taken in conducting the survey, there is always some discrepancies between population parameter and sample statistics. This discrepancy is called the sampling error. What is random selection and random assignment? These two are different. The purpose of random selection is to allow you to make generalization from a sample to a population. You can generalize the result based on the sample to the whole population, because it produces a representative sample and researchers is able to generalize the statement from the sample to the population. Whereas in random assignment, it is only used in experimental researches, and it is the key factor that allows one to make a strong claim of cause and effect from the experiment. The purpose of random assignment is to produce comparison groups that are similar on all possible factors at the beginning of the experiment. Therefore, the use of random selection and random assignment allows to the investigator to make a strong claim about cause and effect and to generalize the finding to a known population. The last but not least is sample size. If the population is homogeneous, the smaller the sample size can be, but for heterogeneous, a population size, larger sample size is required. So for a homogeneous population, smaller size of sample is okay, but for the heterogeneous population, a bigger size of sample is required. A random sample of 100 is better than a biased sample of 10,000. So a representative sample is similar in all characteristic of population except in size. Therefore, representativeness must remain the prime goal in sample selection procedure. There is a formula of selecting sample size, that is n is equal to capital UR Sx the whole square divided by d square, where d is the extent of difference which is desired to be detected, UR is the value of statistics at the reliability level R, and Sx is the standard deviation of Z. In the next session, we will discuss about the methods of sampling, that is probability sampling and non-probability sampling. So stay tuned friends. Thank you so much.